Okay, Jim again. Today I'm going to teach you how to make seitan. Excuse me, frog in the throat. Seitan is an excellent meat substitute. You can make sausages out of it. You can make meatballs if you like, although TVP is probably better for that. You can make veal, roll it thin, make veal to make a braciole, which I'm going to do later in the series. You can make it into a steak, steam it, cook it, and it's bloody delicious. It really is a good meat substitute. And this recipe I've developed, is really simple. Some of these seitan recipes have got a million ingredients in them, which is just unnecessary. This is a really simple one. It's got tofu in instead of water, as most recipes have. That makes the flavour of the seitan a bit better. You know, most people tell you seitan's got a gluten edge to it, but by adding the tofu, it takes that away. It boosts the protein up. And I also use a bit of molasses in it. That sweetness from the molasses takes that edge off the seitan as well, and it also gives it a good irony flavour. Now this stuff is really simple to make. When it's made up to this recipe, it's 32.5% protein, so it's a really, really good thing. And it's got no fat, or next to no fat. There's a little bit of oil in it. Okay, I'll just show you the recipe. If you want to pause on that to see what it is. Don't know how well that's zooming in and out. But I'll just go through those ingredients. You've got, I'll have to put my glasses on, 280 grams of VWG, that's vital wheat gluten, you can get that online. 2 tablespoons of nooch, that's nutritional yeast. Onion powder, beef stock powder, you get vegan versions of that. In Australia, Massel's an excellent one. MSG, leave it out if you want, but it helps, and there's nothing at all wrong with MSG. It's completely natural in many foods. Fennel seeds, you can leave in or out. Gives it that slight little bit of aniseed flavour, which I like, but some don't. And then your wet, they're pretty self-explanatory. Silken tofu, the molasses, and just the sweet variety, just the typical one you'll get in the supermarket. Then your minced garlic and veg oil. Okay, we'll get on to making it. Okay, so all of the ingredients are going into a mixing bowl. I'm just going to use the stand mixer. You can use a food processor. I've done that before. It works, the food processor's over a bit hard though, so I went and bought one of these. It's a knockoff of a KitchenAid stand mixer. Got it off Amazon for about 100 Oxford Scholars, I think it was. And it's a pretty good unit. I'm going to start off using this mixing blade, and I may switch to a dough hook later. You can also do this by hand. You simply knead it in the same fashion as you would knead bread, but we'll get this started, and I'll come back after it's had a bit of mixing. Okay, I'll shout to talk over this. That's been going for about 4 or 5 minutes. You can see how it's formed a ball beautifully. It's really balling up. And I'm going to give it a few more minutes to sort of knead it a bit, because that adds some texture. But this mixing machine, well worth $100. It's doing a colossal job. Saves my hands, saves cleaning a food processor, because this stuff gets bloody messy in a food processor. The vital wheat gluten goes everywhere. It takes about a quarter of an hour to clean the food processor, where this is going to be about a 1-minute job. So I'll give it a couple more minutes and I'll show you what we do with it. One thing I forgot to mention, that batch, a finished product, I've just put that on the scale, 750 grams. So you can double it, triple it if you want to make bigger batches. I was going to make a double batch, but I didn't have enough, I only had 1 packet of silken tofu in the fridge. But that's it.